I think we're good.
All right,
Yes.
okay.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Side
I
note before
appreciate.
we
I
totally
appreciate every
restart.
single one of you. You watching. You're amazing. You're beautiful. Wonderful human
There you go.
beings.
Butter them up. Butter 'em up. Perfect. Just distract him for a few more seconds while I send you this link.
Wait.
I just shot you the link for the chaos card for later, but that's cool.
Oh. Well, it's in Discord though.
I know, but you don't need it right now. Calm down.
True. You're right. All right.
All right. So from the top, then, right? All right. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Now that you can actually hear me, and I'm not making stupid, terrible dad-like jokes because it's what I do. This is Chaos Reigns, a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons broadcast set in the city of Ravnica, with a few extra little Magic the Gathering tidbits thrown in there. We're using a mechanic built around the chaos format of Magic, where basically to plan for each of the sessions, I'm revealing a random card from a chaos deck that I've built out of the recent Ravnica set of cards, and using that to build out the story for this. So
Wait. So after War of the Spark, can I build a Planeswalker deck? And then we have a Planeswalker.
just every single
episode has a
run into
Planeswalker.
Oh, hey, Gideon, how's it going? Oh, you're leaving? Okay, bye. Oh, but Liliana's over there. Oh,
Oh boy, it's Nicobolus. Oh, okay.
oh crap. What level are we again? Because I think we need to be level like 25 to handle that.
I'm level 1.5.
All right. So, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Super talkative. I like it.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm the
And you-
character over here. Dang it, I'm the strong silent type.
Ah, that's true.
I'm just
I
a
don't know
weirdo. I
what
do
to
what I
say about
want. All right. Don't judge.
All right, I can't argue with that either. All right, cool. So we'll just jump right in then. Unless, do we have any housekeeping stuff, any announcements, anything like that we need to cover?
Okay. I'm gonna a little bit of a leak here.
Oh snap!
Hang on. Watch our Twitters this week. We might have a big announcement regarding Chaos Reigns. That's all I'm gonna say.
What?
That's it.
Big announcement.
That's it. That's all you're gonna give. All right.
Yep. Which, by the way, you can find all of our Twitter handles right below us.
Boop-ba-da-doo. That's so much fun. Let's see. You know,
It really is.
I talk about the fact that, I'm on a podcast and I don't do this kind of thing ever, but it just like visual humor works all of a sudden. We make jokes on the podcast all the time that are visual humor jokes, and it just doesn't go anywhere because it can't go anywhere. And now it can. It makes me happy. All right. Enough stalling. It's time to go, guys.
All right.
So, last week, kind of the last 2 weeks, we'll fill in some gaps here. You guys have been set out on a mission as a part of kind of an inter-guild cooperation force headed by the Selesnya, and you have been working under the guidance of the centaur Peretnia of Orkos, who led you guys into the Rebel Belts, and you were doing a little investigating, attempting to make contact with the Gruul. You stumbled upon a boar in your explorations that suddenly started to split into multiple boars and then back into a single boar again, leading you to believe there's some sort of strange magic at work in the area. After you did that, you reported back to Peretnia, who encouraged you to continue exploring further, and then she received a messenger owl from the Azorius Guild, letting her know that the Azorius had gone on high alert for reasons that you don't know at present. Meanwhile, you guys set out towards the Gruul camp to see what you could figure out about what was going on in the region. Decided to sneak your way in. Zardu managed to disguise himself as an ogre and wander over and watch a vigorous fight between a Viashino and a goblin. Meanwhile, Placé was kind of snooping around in the huts until he was caught by a goblin, which he quickly dispatched, and then he in turn was taken out by another Viashino that kind of caught on to the clamor. You were then revealed to the Gruul, and Zardu, you kind of tried to make some
I
boasts
tried.
and threats, and you did try. I was
Well, I mean,
actually
originally I tried going over to this guy over here and just smacking him, but they didn't buy that.
just overselling, just a little bit, a little too much. But in the end, you guys were both bound and captured, and it was decided that the Gruul were going to drag you off to the Azorius to see if they could basically ransom you off for money.
Can
And
I
that,
want to take a moment here to say this is our short little recap of the last 2 episodes, but if you do want to watch the full version, they are uploaded on my YouTube channel.
yes,
So
thank
just
you
it's
for
zzilmy
saying
on
that.
YouTube. You can just
Yep.
look it up and find it. Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely. And this episode will be you're trying to do next day, right?
Yep,
As far
I'm
as
gonna try to
uploads
get this
go.
up tomorrow or like afternoon sometime.
So cool. So if you don't have time to watch the whole thing, or if you tune in late, or anything like that, it'll be up on YouTube. Hopefully, if not tomorrow, sometime this week. So all right. Well, here we are. You had the best of intentions wandering into this camp, but now you find yourselves bound. Unceremoniously, in your case, Zardu, being carried, kind of piggyback style, by the ogre Thog. And in your case, Placé, basically being half dragged because you're a little too tall for them to just carry piggyback, even for these big ogres. But your feet are kind of dragging across the ground, and every once in a while you're stubbing your toe on a rock, and it hurts like a son of a gun. Not a pleasant circumstance to be in. But you guys are marched up the way through, this section of the Rebel Belt that you've been in, and it very quickly transitions from rugged, busted buildings and just wrecked structures all over the place, to cracked pavement and kind of semi beaten up sections of town, and then soon you find yourself moving into more of the still put together sections of the city. There's kind of like a strange transition from the wilderness that Ravnica has in its rebel belts to the developed areas of the city. As you're marching your way, or being dragged down through the city streets, you see various citizens, very few at first, and then more and more as you get deeper into the city, that just start to scatter. You're basically being dragged by what to most onlookers would seem to be a Gruul war party. And since the Gruul are known for riots and just charging into the city and wreaking havoc, people seem to be pretty inclined to just get out of the way and get moving. You're dragged up the thoroughfares, and eventually you make your way towards the Azorius Guild Hall for this district. It's a pretty nice, opulent might be a strong word, but very well put together building, kind of very straight, tall, blocky, almost citadel type structure, and all of this very nice, pristine white stone, and emblazoned on the top of it, very much like the Boros Watchtower that you guys saw, mostly intact in the Rebel Belts. There is the guild insignia of the Azorius, a large triangle with this series of concentric kind of runic circles cut in the middle, that's sort of emblazoned on the side of this building in silver. But more noteworthy than the building itself is standing in front of the steps, quite a crowd. You see a number of soldiers dressed in Azorius armor, many wielding spears, swords, various weaponry. Almost all of them have shields, and they are just forming a virtual wall of people, the front entrance to the Azorius Guild Hall. Also standing there, you see a group of half a dozen or so utterly indescribable creatures. Some of them look like they're a combination between a turtle and an alligator. Others look like giant lizards, but they have bird-like wings. There are some kind of frog-like creatures that have, these big, long, lashing tails. Just a whole strange variety of creatures that you fairly quickly assessed to be some
Changeling.
sort of e- experiment by the Simic. Possibly changelings. You don't know. There's potential there. Uh, and as you guys are marched forward there, you the one of the guards steps forward and he holds a hands up and halts you guys in your march, and you guys are kind of in your awkward perspective, just kind of able to see over the respective shoulders of your captors. There's a kind of a brief exchange where Thog tells the guards basically, these guys broke into our camp, they killed some of our own, we're here for compensation, basically. The guard then escorts you inside, and inside you see winding your way through several hallways and passages. You finally make your way into an inner chamber where you guys are deposited unceremoniously on the floor as Thog steps forward, kind of interrupting this conversation that is happening between a male who's also clearly Azorius. He's wearing this big white robe, big Azorius sigil on his chest, kind of a big heavy mantle across his shoulders. There, and he's in the midst of a conversation with another creature, which you recognize as Vedalken, which is a blue-skinned humanoid race, who fairly similar in garb, also wearing a very heavy mantle that looks like that's kind of girded with iron or steel or something to that effect, and a flowing green robe underneath of all of that. And as you walk in, he's mid-sentence saying, "Oh, come, magistrate. You must understand. Momevig was never represented the interests of the whole guild, and that nonsense that you saw outside was, I'm sure your guards were just imagining things. I don't know what in the world they could have been talking about. And he turns your attention." His attention over to you guys as you are dragged and dropped there onto the floor. Thog steps forward and kind of beats his chest a couple of times. "I am Thog, Gruul clan. These two raid my clan, raid my tribe. They kill some of ours. We here for compensation. We here to ransom them. You pay us for their damages." The magistrate steps forward. Sorry? Who are you? Addressing himself to the two of you.
I'm a wizard.
You're what?
A wizard. My name is Zardu Hasselfrown. We were with blanking on her name.
Peretnia.
Peretnia.
You two were with Peretnia.
Yeah.
And you killed the Gruul.
He killed one of them that attacked him. And then I kind of like fireballed this guy in the face, and he didn't do anything.
You do understand that this is the Gruul you are dealing with, do you not?
Yeah.
And you, turning towards you, Placé. Oh,
His camera's
appears
just
to be frozen. Yeah.
There
He's just ultra stoic right now. Oh,
Nope.
There he is.
There it goes. Okay.
Were you hearing that, Nathan?
I heard. I don't know what I heard last. Something about you turning towards me. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Did you heard Zardu's piece though?
I don't think I did actually.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he asked you guys who you were, and Zardu explained that you were with Peretnia and yada yada yada. And then he said that you were the one who attacked and killed one of the Gruul.
No, after being attacked.
After being attacked. Right. And then the magistrate has turned to you and asked you, what do you have to say for yourself?
I was acting in self-defense.
Would you call it self-defense to wander into someone else's territory?
Well, I mean, didn't mean any harm.
And yet you harmed someone.
Yeah, I mean, came at me. Then just gonna let him hit me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And you were doing what in the camp exactly?
Looking around, seeing what was in the area.
Okay. So why did the Gruul attack you? And at this point, Thog steps forward and... They snuck in. They did not make themselves known. They walked into camp and they just started killing.
You killed more of yourselves than we did of you while we were
Not
there.
matter. Gruul kill Gruul. That is sports. You kill Gruul, that means war.
Nope. Nope.
Well, lucky for the two of you, Peretnia happens to be here, and she can vouch for your story. He kind of signals back behind him, and another human, a younger human boy, moves out of the room, seems to be like a page of sorts, and comes back in a couple moments later with Peretnia in tow. And as soon as she sees you, she kind of she sees you, she sees Thog, and you see her rein in a serious sigh and an eye roll for a moment. What are the two of you doing here so soon?
Thog.
Yes, that is Thog.
He brought us here.
He is... Okay, and why?
Reasons.
Magistrate, these are indeed the members of the Izzet and the Boros that I have recruited for this particular mission. What are they charged with? Well, it seems Thog has accused them of entering the camp and killing members of his tribe. But they claim it was self-defense. I see. How did you two go from exploring and investigating to killing members of the Gruul? That doesn't exactly suit the nature of peace, you know.
Well, we heard lots of commotion. We were wondering what that was. So I made them attack a hand, a floating hand. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, and they didn't like that. And then they found the dog
Oh, he's gone
over
again.
there.
there's dog over there.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I just can't see you.
What the heck happened to my webcam?
So anyway, they saw him, and he doesn't look very nice. Let's be honest. And started to.
Hey! Okay.
One of the goblins found him, and made an advance on him, and he killed it.
Well, and she turns back to the magistrate. They were operating under the coalition authority. I don't know that they were acting in the coalition's best interests, but the magistrate kind of sits back and sighs. Well, lucky for you, murder isn't technically illegal in Ravnica, although interguild conflict typically is, depending on the circumstances. Thog, what kind of reparations are you looking for? Me think 300 Xeno should do it. And the magistrate turns back to you. Do you have 300 Xenos?
I don't know.
Frantic looking at character sheets. It should be down towards the bottom of the second page. But I can also save you the trouble and tell you you definitely do not.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we do.
300 gold.
I've got a
between you
nickel, a
two.
piece of lint, and a paper clip.
Yeah, all I've got is copper. So
Yeah, no, that's not gonna be very far. All right. Nothing. You have nothing at all.
no.
Don't even
No.
have tinker tools.
Tragic. I suppose you could work off that debt, and you can see he's smirking just a little bit. Like this whole interchange is a little amusing to him, and you don't know quite why. But as he says that, the other figure in the room, the Vedelkin, speaks back up and says, "Actually, I could possibly find some work for them to do if you are all right with that, magistrate. If it'll get all of you out of my hair, then yes. Thog, are you agreeable to this? They pay me debt? Then yes. And the two of you?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. For the sake of me not talking to myself anymore for the next 20 minutes, the arrangements are kind of made, and the magistrate reassures Thog that the debt will definitely be paid. And the Vedelkin then kind of escorts the two of you out of the chamber, and Peretnia kind of stays in. She's discussing some things with the magistrate still. Thog heads back out, with the rest of his tribe, and you presume they are on their way back to the camp. And so, my friends, got yourself in a little bit of trouble, eh?
A little bit.
I still
just a
blame
little bit.
Well, sounds like you'll be busy for a little while anyway. I can't say I have a ton of work, but there is one particular thing I could use a little bit of help with. If you follow me, and you guys are making your way out back onto the street, and he ushers you over by where this group of very bizarre creatures was earlier. Guards are still staying in their wall formation there, but they let you pass, and he marches you over. And these are just a few of the many creations that the Simic have to offer. I was coming here to try to make a sale to the Azorius, and they overreacted slightly, and he gestures over towards the armada of soldiers that are standing right there. It seems they're still a little uptight about events that the Simic may have conspired in a few years ago. At any rate, oh, never mind. I was going to ask if you would be interested in buying any of these creatures, and then I remembered you have no. Thus, your dilemma here.
Thanks.
It's fine. There is one particular creature that I have in my entourage who seems to have gone missing. I would love for the two of you to go and find it. Not very large. Probably fit into the palm of, well, your hand especially, he says, pointing at you, Placé. Looks more or less like a frog. Watch out, it does breathe fire. Sometimes lightning, although that one's a little less consistent. Jumps very high also. So just a few things to watch out for. But if you track down that experiment for me, it was a rather expensive endeavor. I'd be willing to pay you, say, 50 Xenos in exchange for finding it. Wouldn't
All
cover
right.
your whole debt, but it would be a good start. What do you
What do you think, Zardu?
100. Take it or leave it.
Not exactly in a place to
Hey,
bargain.
shh.
Make a persuasion check. Get
Shoot.
some dice rolling.
I gotta pull the character sheet back up. Oh, alright. Well, the modifier is 0. 7.
Mine's only +1, so it won't be any better.
Sorry, I don't think so. Can't quite afford
75.
to overpay. No, I already said no.
51.
Oh, come now. Now you're just insulting my intelligence. 50 Xenos a day.
49.
Boy, shut up.
We could give you less. That's actually an intriguing offer. But no.
You
one
do it
could
and I'll
ever
pay
call
you.
me
How
an
about that?
unfair man.
But the
I'm sorry.
Didn't we already establish that you don't have any money?
Yeah.
You are never mind. I see that is it insignia. I'm not surprised at all.
I'll be looking.
At any rate, the last time I saw the creature, we were about 4 blocks back
Expose
that
my
way.
insignia like that.
It's the one who wears it, my dear friend. Can I carry on?
forgive
now? Are
him,
we-
me a little.
yes, a little, yes, indeed. Anyway, as I was saying, 4 blocks back, a general that way direction. You can start there and see what you can figure out, huh? If you find anything, I'll be, I'll go wait for you for a while at that cafe over there. And he points to a place down the street. Good luck.
All right, let's do this thing.
Let's move.
All right, so you guys make your way down the street, a few blocks to roughly the place that he has kind of indicated to you. Go ahead and, well, tell me how are you guys going to start? What's your plan here?
Well, I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on myself because I'm at 1 hit point.
That's a good point. You are battered.
Uh, 1d8. And my modifier is based on wisdom, right?
Yes. Yep. If you
Shoot.
look at your, I think it's +3 for you.
So
Right. Yep.
7, increased by 7.
Nice. Not bad. Not bad.
Pretty decent.
Still a little beat up, but
I was hoping that I had picked Detect Magic, but I didn't.
oh, bummer. That would have been very helpful in this.
Yeah, it would have.
Oh, I might though. I might have that equipped. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look at your spells real quick.
Oh man, there's a lot of scrolling involved with this character sheet.
There is. That's one of the pitfalls, but
Okay, so oh yeah, I totally do. I can use that.
nice. All right.
Of course, it's the guy that doesn't think to use it that has it.
Hey, I got it. We're good.
Teamwork. One of you thinks of it, the other one uses it. It all works. All right. What is the range on detect magic?
It
Remind me?
is 30 feet, I believe. Let me double check though.
I
Yeah, 30 feet.
think you're correct. Okay. So, um, and then you're able to keep it up for a certain amount of time, aren't you? What does it say for the spell's duration?
Um, 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. Yeah. So basically, you're able to kind of keep the spell going for 10 minutes as you wander around and look for any signs of magic. At first, you're not really getting any major hits. And then it becomes a little bit hard to distinguish because as you're kind of wandering around a little bit, you start to get little pings like all over the place, like little signs of magic, just kind of all over. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
So what you're saying is that I should leave so I don't throw off his radar.
Well, unless you're actively casting something or have a magical item on your person, you wouldn't.
Isn't
You would know
was
that
the
you
is it
wouldn't set that off.
insignia not magical?
Yikes. 8.
8. Okay. You're having a hard time kind of figuring out what's what here. You catch like little signs, like little like, oh, that person, oh no, that's a person, they can't be, they're not what I'm looking for. And then something else kind of catches your attention, and you're kind of bouncing back and forth a little bit. You have a sense that you might be picking up on just some latent magic, some of the ley lines that are inherent to all the planes in Magic the Gathering, but you're not latching on anything specific right here that strikes you as like, oh, this feels like it might be the right thing, or the creature that I'm looking for. You guys can both go ahead and give me a perception check if you'd like, if you just want to kind of look around for what you can see.
Okay. 12.
12. Zardu, are you making a perception check?
Oh, should I be? Sorry.
Yeah. You're good.
Well, I'm hoping I got a decent. Okay. Yeah. 4, because I rolled a nat 1.
Sweet. Super perspective. This is gonna go so well, guys. So well. You are looking around. Zardu, you kind of get distracted by
Making G Fuel.
a conversation that's happening between a couple of people just down the street. They're talking about some experiment that the Izzet had been working on that you had kind of been loosely involved with, and you're like, oh yeah, cool, that was that one project that I did that one time a few weeks ago, and you don't pay any attention. Let's say on the other hand, you kind of take in the block. Don't see any particular signs of the creature, but there does seem to be some sort of kind of a commotion going on just down the street, probably another block and a half up, kind of perpendicular from the way that you guys came before, to the way that you guys came before. Are you there? Are you
I'm
awake?
waiting for him to say something, because like he's the one that's noticing this stuff, right?
I didn't hear what you said. I saw. Sorry.
Oh, okay. You basically, like about a block and a half down, you see you can't really make out what it is. Just there seems to be like a group of people. There's a little bit of a commotion going on up in that area.
Okay. I'll fill him in then. Just
Yep.
Yeah.
As you head that way, you guys can see there's a group of people there, and they're all kind of crowding around looking at what looks to be a storefront with distinctive scorch marks kind of etched into the front of the glass in a few places there at the front of the store.
So are they like recognizable symbols?
I mean, I won't even make you roll for it. No, they're just. I mean, like just blast marks. Nothing specific.
Okay. It's just you said it's a storefront, right?
There's a group of people kind of milling about. They're all kind of talking, and a bunch of people like pointing at it and
Let's go see if they sell magic
making
cards.
comments. Slightly paradoxical, but okay. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of meta jokes to be made there.
Yeah.
We're gonna rebuild the chaos deck. Make it in our favor.
All right then.
The DM will never see it coming. Jokes on you as Nicol Bolas does actually show up now.
Oh boy.
Words.
Yeah, that's something.
All right, what are we doing?
I don't know. Let's go. Let's go in the store, I guess,
In the
and
store,
see if there's
we're
anything
looking for
going on.
packs of unhinged.
Okay. You walk inside the store and you're very quickly disappointed at the fact that this seems to be more of a grocer, and you don't think they're going to be selling too many magic cards.
Oh, shucks.
It's like me every time I go to a store and I'm like, I want to buy some magic cards, and then oh shoot, but this one doesn't sell. Dang.
That's why you buy stuff on
Or-
coolstuffinc.com. Please sponsor me.
Wouldn't it be nice? Okay, so you guys walk into the store, and behind the counter is an elderly elven gentleman. Good afternoon. Can I help you?
We're looking for a frog that breathes fire and sometimes lightning and can jump really high.
You refer blasted the front of my windows a little while ago? It was small, sort of froggish.
Yeah.
And
Probably the one.
it has left quite a mess on my front windows. Is that your creature?
No, we were sent basically as a bounty kind of a thing, but alive.
Fair enough. Well, if you capture the creature and get it back to its owner, well, let's just say I'd pay you a good chunk of money to get rid of that stupid thing. It's
How
ruined my
much?
business for the day. All the people are standing outside gawking instead of coming in and buying wares. It's hard to sell good produce when everybody else is too busy looking at the newest calamity happening outside.
How much are you willing to pay?
We'll talk price later. Find it first. I'm not interested in making offers over things that you don't have at present.
Alright.
But I might be willing to go over and above your bounty. We'll see. Just bring it back here so I can put a knife in it.
Which direction did it go?
What's that?
Which direction did it go?
Well, it bounced up in front of my shop. Fire all over the place. And took off last I saw. Jumped clear from the windows on my storefront across to the top of the building over along the way over there.
Thank you.
Well, if you bring it back here and let me finish it off, thank you.
You got yourself a
Although,
deal.
wait, before you go, I have some lovely fruits and veggies over here. Can I interest you in anything?
I mean, if it's free.
No. No, sir.
Like I said, my budget right now is a nickel, a piece of lint, and a paperclip.
Hmm. Well, I guess that's a no then. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys head back out onto the street, and you can see there's one of the buildings across the way seems to be another some sort of shop with like apartments above it, and it has kind of a flat roofed. It's kind of a flat roofed building. You can make your way up there. You imagine you'd have to probably go through the building itself to get up there. Otherwise, you might have access to some sort of like I don't know, whatever the Ravnik equivalent of a fire escape would be. So a ladder or something along the outside of the building might also be a possibility. You're familiar with, there's a variety of ways typically to ascend up and down. Considering it's very large and multi-layered.
All right.
Can I just, like, Assassin's Creed style up the side of the wall?
You could try.
I'll take the fire escape thingy.
All right. Placé, investigation check. Are you climbing, Zardu?
I'll ride his back.
Okay. Are you going to let him?
I guess. The only problem, my roll was a 5, so yeah.
All right. So you hop up onto the Goliath's back, and he basically gives you a glorified piggyback ride. You are kind of poking along around the outside of the building. You don't have much luck finding the kind of fire escape or something that you're hoping for. You're looking around and you're realizing, I don't know if there is a way up on top of this building. At least not out here. Might have to try something a little different. Not finding anything.
Let's go inside and take the stairs.
Is it like a public building? Like, is it gonna be an issue to go inside the building? At all?
You don't think so? I mean, it looks like another storefront, basically.
He said
Another kind
you
of a
don't
general
think
store.
so.
Okay, fair.
You don't
Fair
think so. So I'm climbing the side of this building.
All right, I'm gonna just hang out here for a while and watch you do that.
You wanna just like stand below me and like catch me if I fall? Cause I have a feeling that's gonna hurt.
I suppose.
All right, Zardu, give me an athletics check.
Oh boy. 7.
What's your modifier?
0.
Oh, I've
No,
got
this
plus
is not
5.
At least it's not
You
minus,
okay?
it's
Yeah,
thinking
this guy can climb a wall better than me. All right, all right, sure. Yeah, me, the light, nimble guy. Nah. Biggie over
Well,
here,
yeah,
he
because
gets to
he's
climb a wall.
large and strong. He could probably just like hop and grab the edge.
And apparently sneakier than you for some reason.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
okay,
also
but I'm
possible.
imagining like a 5-story building, and he could just hop and grab the top of it.
No, I was kidding.
Wait.
You...
He's the strong guy. I'm pretty like light and nimble. Can you throw me?
I don't know how far I can throw you.
How tall is the building?
It's probably about 25 feet up.
25 feet.
So you could try.
What's your strength
I mean,
modifier?
It is plus 3.
Probably +3, yeah, if you're...
Let's do it. Throw me.
Is +5.
Yep. You're crazy, but
From the
you're
is
probably
it?
gonna die. But all right. Fine.
That's literally like that is the one question exam you take to join the Is It. Are you crazy? Yes or no?
All right, fine. I'll throw you.
All right, go ahead and let's just do. No, let's make this one athletics also. An athletics check.
All right. 25.
Yeah! We got a solid 1 for every foot.
Nat 20 plus the modifier of 5. Yes.
And you called me crazy.
Solving problems. Oh my goodness, I love it.
So you like how are you doing? Like, tell me how you two do this. I want to know how are you gonna go about this? Is this like a Black Widow and the Avengers like leg up or shield up kind of thing? Is this straight up like he grabs you by the shirt and throws you? Like, how are you doing this?
I imagine it's like this is me, right? And he just kind of let the 1, 2,
Yep.
3. Just
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So you grab him by the back of the shirt, Placé, and you just be ready for this. Woof, and you launch him up into the air. Quite a few people stop and watch as this elf just goes, "Oh!" Oh, and you land. It's a little rough, coming up over the edge of the building and landing, but you make it. You're now lying there on the top of the building. And it's kind of as you're standing up here now. It's kind of it looks flat topped from the bottom, but there's kind of like a stub wall that runs along the edge of the building, and so it actually forms kind of like a terrace up here. You see, there's a couple of benches, a few like potted plants and that kind of thing. It seems like it's designed as kind of like a getaway or like a kind of rooftop garden sort of thing. And you can kind of look out over the block from here. You can also tell that there is an access way. There is a ladder up here that leads further up onto some of the other buildings alongside this one. But it might be dawning on you about now that the problem is you're up here and your partner is still 25 feet below you on the ground.
I just wanna, for the moment. Wait, what did we say my range is on Mage Hand?
We can't hear you when you talk to your other computer.
Okay. All right. So the range on Mage Hand is 30 feet. So I'm gonna use that and just send it down there and high five. Just smack him, right? Just yeah, boy.
High fives are always a highly acceptable use of Mage Hand.
Exactly. What isn't a highly acceptable use of Mage Hand? Like, let's be real.
No. Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, that's what we're starting off with, and me like
Yep.
leaning over the edge,
Okay.
like, thanks,
Yep.
dude. I'll be back, and then I'm gonna go explore, try to find this frog thing.
All right, so you're gonna go do some hunting. What are you gonna do in the meantime?
I'm just gonna hang out here for a little while. Yeah.
Okay. So Placé, Zardu. Why don't you go ahead and give me an investigation check?
Oh boy, this wasn't good last time. Nat 20 plus
Wow.
3.
Okay. These are some very fortuitous high rolls. So as you look around, you very quickly start to see signs of little scorch marks here and there, a few different places. You also see a little bit of like a residual slime, like kind of a mucusy layer that's been left behind on kind of one of the walls over there on the side. And at first, it just kind of seems like random little spots as if the thing just came up here and was like spurting fire randomly in every direction. And then you kind of start to discern the pattern and you realize, oh, it was like, okay, so it's here, and then it jumped there and there and there and there, and you kind of see how it made its way up onto some of the next rooftops over. And you're able to, you can, I mean, like I said, there is that ladder there, and you think you can just kind of climb that and would be able to keep kind of following the trail from there. Are you going to do that and leave Placé behind? Or are you gonna, what's your plan now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're just going on a solo adventure, and I'm totally unaware of what's going on. All right,
You
cool.
see, what you gotta do is you just gotta go do something else that make the DM work twice as hard.
That is
Not just sit
There,
there.
there you
That's
go.
easy.
Dungeons and Dragons in a nutshell. All right. So are you going to do something else, Placé, or are you just gonna hang? Don't
Well,
feel
I
like
don't
you
know
have
that he
to-
found anything.
That's
So,
true. He didn't say anything. He just he is up on the roof and then he just like left. So you're just kind of there now, not knowing what the heck is going on.
Yeah, so I'm just expecting him to pop back up any minute. So I'll just stay
All right,
here, I guess.
You just hang out there for a couple minutes. All right. Zardu, you climb up the ladder, start kind of following him. Just based on that roll that you just made, I'm just going to say you're kind of able to track this thing a little ways. You get up to the top of this other building, and now you see kind of a continuation of the rooftop garden theme going on up here. There is a doorway that looks like it would lead into this other building on that side. You kind of have like this layered thing going on where the first building that you guys were on top of, or that you were on top of, is down here, and then there's another one that's like up a tier, and then it has a door that opens into the side of another building, the roof of which is quite a bit higher. So you're on the roof of this kind of middle level building. Again, you got kind of some of the plants and the different benches and seating arrangements and things. This one actually has a little fountain that's kind of bubbling up in the middle of it, and you do see sitting there on the edge is a frog-like creature that looks like it would fit in the size of Placé's palm, which might be the particular creature that you're looking for.
I'm gonna sneak up on it and pounce like
Okay.
a cat.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Ah! Alright, so the final score is a 4. My modifier is +3. Another nat 1.
Okay, so you guys are basically, it's either nat 1 or nat
Yeah.
20 tonight. That's what we're doing. Got it. It's kind of like my session was the other day that I ran. Okay, well. Let's see if this thing... Oh, yeah, no, it definitely saw you. It is very aware of your presence at this point. So as soon as you start kind of creeping up towards it, it kind of turns sideways and looks at you and watches, and you kind of like try and pounce forward anyway, and it hops, lands on your head for the briefest moment, and then just hops up. And as you kind of spin around, it's now clinging to the wall there behind you.
Hey there, little buddy. How's it going? I don't want to hurt you. I just want to bring you back to your master.
And it's just this disturbing.
Just
kind
gonna
of
like scoop it off the
throaty-
wall.
Go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Oh. 9.
9. As you get close to it again, you're like just under it. You think you almost have it coaxed into your hands, and all of a sudden it jumps again. And you kind of have to recoil for a moment because one frog suddenly becomes 10 frogs, and they just bounce off in every discernible direction. And
Did you
just
reveal
take
Mirror
off.
March again?
Okay, so here's the thing, and I'm gonna bring this up is just because a chaos card was revealed, it doesn't mean they're not all gonna come back together.
A simple
basically-
yes is the correct answer.
Okay, yes, yes, if that's what the answer that you want. I'm just saying, I'm weaving a narrative. I'm taking all these chaos cards. I don't know what yet because I don't know where any of this is going, but we're stringing them all together. So this frog bursts into a whole bunch of different frogs, all taking off in different directions, and are suddenly reacquainted with the fact that maybe that magic that you encountered on the boar is a little more widespread than you had thought before.
Okay, so simple question from player to DM. No character crap here, all right? Did you actually
Thought it'd
flip
be good.
and win 10 coin flips?
What?
Did you actually flip and win 10 coin flips? Because if you did,
No, of
that's
course not.
insane.
But I'm the DM, because so that means I just get to make decisions sometimes.
It's not how the card works.
Okay.
Quit getting so technical, dang it, he's
All
the
right,
DM.
All right,
Shut up.
so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait one turn cycle, and then all of the non-real ones will die, and
You wait 6 seconds. There are still a whole bunch of frogs everywhere.
is there any way that I was able to tell which one was the source, or even narrow it down to less than 10?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check. I swear, if you get another natural 20 on this,
How about a 16?
oh, not bad. You are able to kind of. It's not so much that you can tell by looking at the frogs or anything like that which one is the original. It's more that you're able to kind of. I mean, you're an Izzet, so you kind of work out the trajectories in your head. You think through how this kind of spell might impact the way that the frog would move, and given the circumstances and all that. So you do all this crazy calculating in your very smart Izzet brain, and you get a good sense that it's probably one of the 3 or 4 that took off back over that way. That way being over the way that you came. So, pause there for a second. Placé, you're down on the street. Anything different? You just hanging out, waiting for him still? It's been going for, a few
sipping on
minutes,
some
and now you're,
tea.
feeling like he's not actually coming back for you. You're feeling a little abandoned.
I'm gonna look up towards the top of the building and holler and say, "What's going on up there?"
Wizard things!
I
Go-
don't know what that means, but okay.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, Nathan.
Okay.
Oh no. No. Okay, so if I'm chasing 4 frogs now, right?
You're up on the building at
No,
the moment.
seriously,
Let him make his
it's
roll.
4, right?
3.
3.
Is
There's-
there a
So that
modifier for that or
means-
no?
That means
Yeah,
that there's
so-
7 other frogs that can hear him and attack him.
That is true. Yes. So your modifier, Nathan, is be at the very top. You have the little box that has your save modifiers. Right above.
Oh,
where
okay.
all of your-
Yeah, I see it.
Yep.
Let's see.
Skills
I don't
and
remember
stuff.
what I rolled now. Okay. 13.
13. Okay. You barely manage to get out of the way as all of a sudden this large frog creature comes plummeting down over the edge of the building straight towards your face. And you just oh, shoot. And it lands on the sidewalk next to you. And at first you're like, oh man. And you almost turn to go for it. And then you see there's 2 more that come bouncing off. And there's 3 different frog creatures, all kind of slightly spread out there around you.
So make 6 more
got-
saving throws.
None of them are attacking you. They just jumped. I just wanted to see if he'd end up with a frog in his mouth.
All right. um, can I try and figure out if any of these is the real one somehow?
Sure. I'd say, seeing as you can't really discern between them physically. Go ahead and make an investigation check. Keeping in mind that you don't know that there was just one frog up above, you just saw your friend disappeared, you shot it up at him, and then all of a sudden 3 frogs come out of nowhere and land all over the sidewalk next to you.
Right.
And now he has to make another saving throw because I'm chasing these frogs and I swan dive off the edge of the building.
Really?
No.
Okay. So go ahead and get some D6s ready for falling damage then.
Okay.
So investigation check for if you're trying to determine which of the frogs you think is the frog that you're looking for.
Did I cut out or something? I rolled an 8.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you did cut out.
Okay. Yeah.
An 8. Okay, so you're like looking close, but you can't really seem to differentiate between them. And as you're watching and you're getting a little bit too close to one of them, it starts to hop off and kind of hop down the street a little ways. And you kind of half panic for a moment, and you turn back to the other two, and all 3 of them are kind of now scattering in slightly different directions.
Of course they are.
Oh, it looks like our Izzet has a plan.
Am I
Or at least
seeing
a
this
terrible
happen?
idea.
Like I was chasing him, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I assume you're chasing them kind of downward, had to kind of scramble down the ladder again down to the first building. But I would say from your vantage point up top, you would see them all kind of start
Okay,
to take
so
off in slightly different directions.
there's a certain thing that has guaranteed hits on 3 targets.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm just saying, magic missile with intent to immobilize.
Okay. So here's the thing. So you'd basically be trying to deal non-damage,
Yeah.
which I'm not sure that's a thing with spells necessarily, but I guess since magic missile is just kind of a blunt force thing, you could kind of. All right. Well, let's do it this way. Make a dexterity check to kind of determine the level of control with these
Oh boy,
missiles.
you're in for it.
Dang it, quit rolling crap for the important stuff.
No. I mean Kyle's in for it, as in 21.
Oh.
Nice. All right, so masterfully, you launch off these 3 magic missiles, and they go spiraling up into the air for a moment, and they kind of like whirl around, and then they form this little like trio of bullets heading downwards, and they all spread out at kind of the last second and head for their 3 targets. Go ahead and roll damage on those.
Oh, okay, I gotta see what that is. I can't see that. It's so small. Okay, 1d4 plus 1. So 3 on the first one, 4 on the next one, and 5 on the last one.
All right. So, incidentally, it works out in your favor because, as you noticed with the duplicate boars before, as soon as you did damage to them, 2 of those, as soon as the missile strikes them, they just completely dissipate. They disappear completely. The third one you managed to club just perfectly, and it seems to be immobile, laying in the street right now.
Yeah, boy.
What about you? And you see, Placé, from your perspective, all of a sudden you're like looking at all these frogs taking off in different directions. Then all of a sudden these three just like bluish torpedo things come out of the sky right in front of you, and they all just separate and boom, boom, boom. And you see two of the frogs have disappeared, and there's the one laying off over kind of on your right hand side there. That is just laying there.
Witchcraft.
Or magic in a world where magic is like a thing. Anyway,
So, you wanna come catch me?
Look for another way down.
you do see
There's a
Zardu, that
haystack,
there is
and I'm gonna
doorway.
Assassin's Creed this. Leap of faith.
I mean, there's a door that's on this level that
That's
might
boring.
get you somewhere. But okay,
I want to
jump,
like
that's
triple backflip, tornado spin, ceiling shot, double touch.
What?
Fine. I don't know what that means either, but make an acrobatics check.
That is the third nat 1 I've rolled tonight. And I'm pretty sure
Alright,
sure my modifier
you-
is 0. No, it's
You're
plus
going
3.
You're going for elegant. So you go and you're like, okay, I'll do this before. All right, I'm ready. And you go and you vault off the edge, ready to just like drop and roll with it. Instead, you do manage to do more of a. It is more of a swan dive, but it's not really an elegant swan dive, and it turns more into a hard pavement belly flop. You
Ouch.
take a total of 10 points of
All right,
damage
I'm dead.
on the fall.
Okay, I just want to take a moment because I find this hilarious. Fluffy said in the chat, sounds like a Starbucks drink.
All
He's
right,
not
so,
wrong.
Placé, your friend just jumped off the roof and splat
Hey, I told him to
He
catch me and
landed
he
hard.
refused.
on his face.
And you had other options
next to
to jumping off the building. You're an idiot.
Hey,
He
hey,
is
hey,
currently bleeding out on the ground.
You know what happened the last time you didn't listen to me? We got captured
You
by
can't
the
argue
group.
with him
All
right
right?
now you're unconscious.
Fine.
Just saying. There you go. Perfect.
Crap. This kid.
Taking my G Fuel with me.
Does Cure Wounds work on someone that's totally out?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Well, then we're going to go that route.
All right, go ahead and roll the healing.
Let's see here. 10 hit points back.
Nice. You just regained all the damage you took.
Well, I mean, my max hit points is 8 anyway, so.
Fair enough. Level 1 wizard.
No more jumping off buildings.
No more not catching me when I specifically say I'm going to jump off of the building.
Was there another way down?
No,
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you. I told you about the is it test. You knew. It's not hard. You crazy guy tells you he's jumping off a building, wants you to catch him. You listen to the crazy guy and you catch him when he jumps off the building. All right. That's what I thought.
I have no word.
Oh dear.
Well, let's see if we can connect to.
All right, so you guys go over, you scoop up the apparently unconscious frog. You can tell it's still breathing, but it doesn't seem to be moving or doing much of anything at the moment. And you now seem to have this large, kind of bullfrog-esque creature in your possession. And as
All
you
right.
scoop it up, your hand kind of cups around its mouth for a second, and then you pull away all of a sudden as you feel a release of kind of hot steam coming out from around its mouth.
You know,
Well
I
then.
really another side tangent real quick. Part of me wishes that this wasn't live and we just recorded this prior and I could like shove the thing in my pocket and give the Animal Crossing pocketing sound effect. Yeah, that's all I got. Okay.
All right then.
All right, you guys got a frog. What's next?
To the shop. See what he'll offer us.
Okay.
All right.
You guys head back across the street. You walk back into the shop, and the elderly elven gentleman is just finishing up selling some of the wares that you weren't willing to buy to a few of his customers, and then he turns towards you and, oh, that was very quick. Did you catch it already?
Mm-hmm. He's
Very
holding the frog,
good.
right?
Let's see it.
Am I holding it? Okay.
I think you are.
All right. I'll show it to him then.
Good teamwork, guys. Good teamwork.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of set it up on the counter as it's still unconscious there, and he kind of picks it up and looks it over, and its limbs kind of flop onto its side, on the side, rather pathetically. This is it? This is the thing that's ruining my day?
Yeah.
Huh.
Them Simic, man, they make some they pack some horsepower in those little things.
Yeah. You don't have to tell me twice. Well, how much did he offer you?
100.
100. Make a deception check.
Swear if it's another nat one. Wait, where? Oh, 11.
11. Seems like quite a high price. Don't think I can really beat that.
He says he
Much
paid a
as I
lot of
might-
money for it.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, especially with the damage done to my windows and the loss of business that I've had from all the distraction, I don't think I can afford to pay you quite that much.
What's your best offer?
35. Take it or
35.
leave it.
No.
Fine. And he kind of not too gently tosses the creature back.
Oh,
onto the
hey,
countertop.
hey there. Hey there, buddy old pal.
Very well. If you you can take it back to its owner, but tell the Simic fool that if I ever have problems with any of their creatures messing with my storefront again, I'm going to sue every last penny out of that entire guild.
Sounds good.
Tired of all the nonsense that goes on around here. You sure you wouldn't like any fruit?
Again, if it's free.
Pair of you are such a drag. I suppose you lost enough business. Here, and he does hand you each an apple from behind the counter. I suppose you dealt with the issue and you'll be getting that thing back to its owner, so take these and be done with it.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Thank you. So unless you're gonna eat it now, you guys can each add an apple.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat mine.
All right. Have a nice little snack there.
Wait, where the heck is my inventory on here? There we go. Apple. I may or may not actually eat an apple on stream next week.
Fair enough. Tempted to go get one myself.
Actually,
All right.
apple sounds really good right now.
So you guys start making your way back. Not exactly a long haul, just a few blocks back towards where you were, back towards the Azorius Hall. You stop into the cafe. You give the kind of present the frog creature to this Vedalken. Well, excellent. You've done very well. That is exactly the creature I was looking for.
Alright, so, before I give this to you, I want you to know that there's a guy that offered us 75 for him to kill it, because it was messing with his storefront. Are you willing to match that?
Make another deception check. You're gonna convince
No,
somebody.
why? I rolled worse! I got 3 this time.
Oh my goodness, child.
Why?
Oh, please. It's harmless. There's absolutely no way it did any damage. I don't believe it. So, 50 Xenos as agreed?
Yeah.
Very good. He pulls out a coin pouch and hands it to the two of you. It was very nice doing business with you. You tell you're an idiot, and your Boros insignia is pretty plain as well, but if you're ever looking for a role in the Simic, I'd have a place in our guild.
What can I do to get a set of tinker tools from you?
Tinker tools for me, and it's not really my specialty. That's more your people's things. I experiment more with alchemy, and, genetics, bioengineering.
Fair enough.
Yes. Although I'm sure several stores in the area, you could probably go looking. Tools there.
I'll try.
Well, if you're ever looking to make more money, you could always stop by the Simic Hall, and I'm sure we could find something that we could do with you.
All right.
I don't know what that means. Is he gonna cut us up and use our parts? I'm scared.
What?
One never does know with the Simic. This is true.
I feel like I need to read lore, so I'm like more in the understanding what you guys are talking about.
We'll catch you up. We'll catch you up. All right. So you guys have currently made 50 Xenos, I should say. It's so confusing sometimes, bouncing between D&D terminology.
Is
and
that-
magic terminology.
That's total, right? Not each.
50
wanna make
total,
sure.
yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you guys are
Yeah, I'll hang on to that. Don't worry.
a sixth of the way to your 300 Xeno
Let me
goal
just
to get yourselves out of debt with Thog.
put those in my little pouch and put that in my pocket.
Nice. So, now
Shoot.
what, team? You've got basically a price on your heads. Yeah. Made an inn with the Simic, maybe. You're standing outside the Azorius
All right.
Guild Hall.
No, this may sound crazy.
And just for the sake of thoroughness, sorry to cut you off, but you also have something of a mystery in light of creatures that are suddenly transforming into multiple creatures.
All right, so this might sound crazy, but hear me out. We go to
Like everything you say, got it.
shh. We go to this Simic Hall, right? And we offer you Placé as a slave or body parts, whatever they want to use you for the 300, and then I go pay the gruel and continue the campaign.
What do you have to say to that, Placé?
I'm just gonna glare at him. Yeah, that's
Not
all I
hearing
got.
a
Just
no.
just gonna glare at him.
All right. Well,
But yeah, I
I
do say we
think-
go to the Simic Hall or whatever and see if they have any more work for us.
okay. Sounds good. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of bring it to a wrap right there, and let that kind of be the next leg of the journey next week.
All right.
Yep. Nicely done, guys. This is just going to be so random. Have to at some point embrace the fact, like, as I'm sitting here, like, drawing chaos cards, I was like, what do you mean? And speaking of which, I guess we can reveal if you want to post in the chat, Aaron.
Nathan, can you do that because my Discord is the stream?
Where did you send the link?
I think I sent it in a direct message to
Oh, yeah, I think I
Aaron.
did.
So I'll just grab it again and then send it to.
Okay.
While you're
So we
doing
can do
that, like I said in my stream title, I said I was reading notifications after the stream. Just one this time. We got a bit from AA Plays. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
All right, the link is there in the Discord for you, Nathan, if you want to repost that for us. Anyway, the card that was revealed this time for the Chaos deck was Gyre Engineer. So that was our Simic game. I've just hired you. for
Fluffy
that
was asking the
adventure.
card for the frog. Was that something you came up with, or was that a card
The frog was just something that I came up with. So
with the engineer? Okay.
kind of like last week with the Azorius Messenger. If you kind of pay attention, I like to throw little Easter eggs and stuff in there, make references to cards and things that are parts of the Ravnica sets, without necessarily drawing those cards. So yeah, the only card that I drew for this week was Gyre Engineer. I am giving some thought to possibly expanding how many chaos cards we do in a session, but I'm giving myself a little bit of time to just do one at a time. We'll see kind of how that goes for a few sessions before I do anything too crazy here. But it's an interesting challenge when you've got 10 guilds, and at any given moment you might jump from, as in this case, like, oh, I'm going to lead you towards the Gruul, and then all of a sudden the Azorius are involved, and now I had to bring the Simic in. So weaving this all together is going to be very interesting.
Well, I do want to say you're doing a really good job so far.
Thanks. Hey, as long as we're all having fun, right?
Yeah, of course.
Viewers,
Yeah.
hopefully you're
And hope-
entertained.
Hopefully, I can figure out what's going on with my internet connection.
Yeah, it's
much
it's
worse
not
than
good
usual.
on my end either.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, we are still working on hammering out some of the technical difficulties. We'll get there.
The internet is one thing that we can't really do anything about it because it's just our internet connection that we have.
Right.
Like I would live in the middle of nowhere, so I'm running half the stream off. Well, I'm running the stream off of one internet connection, and then the Discord connection off of a separate one, and one of those happens to be a phone hotspot. So, you know the situation's rough, but
we're working with limited resources.
come 6 months from now, when I'm in college and have college internet, stream quality is gonna be muy bueno.
Right.
And I'll be able to use the internet you're using for the stream for
Exactly.
myself. So,
Exactly.
Yep.
So, bear with us for that. And
Nice.
as a reminder, keep an eye on our Twitters this week. Specifically mine, I'll probably be the one to announce it. But I'm sure these
Right.
guys will like or retweet it or whatever. So
Yep,
follow the
most
three of
likely.
us. We got a big announcement coming for Chaos Reigns. You don't want to miss it.
Yes, indeed.
Um,
All right.
Actually, I mean, if you follow any of the 5 Twitters that we have down here, they're all going to like or retweet it, I'm sure.
All sorts of Twitters. Down
All of them
below.
down here. We got this one. We got...
Twitters.
I
for
can't actually
days.
point at the other ones because they're over there. that one there, and then there's one further over, and then there's one down further below me, and one way over in the corner.
Just look for all the @ signs. You'll find them.
Yeah. And don't forget, use hashtag Chaos Reigns on Twitter. Let us know what you think. Suggestions, opinions, other things.
Scathing criticisms.
Yeah.
Snide remarks. We'll take anything.
We can take it.
Um,
Trolls are a tried and true part of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah. Unless you guys have anything else, I'll just wrap it up. Go host somebody.
No, I think we're good.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you
All
everybody
right.
for watching. I think we're gonna
Yep,
throw you over
thanks
to
for tuning
Zojlix here. I think he's still streaming. And again, this will be up on YouTube hopefully tomorrow, and we'll be back with another live episode next week, 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Tuesday.